So he has done his MBA and MSW. He has 6+ experience in teaching, and he has 10+ years of experience in training experience in communication skills, soft skills, and he has been an English news editor in Raj TV, and he has been chief guest in top colleges and university. He has an experience in all the fields relating to training and development. He is actually an instructor, a certified instructor, to be frank with, for soft skill competent in creating eye stimulative learning environment. And he loves facilitating and training young minds, adding a feather to his cap. He's actually received a Best Communicator Trainer Award from the governor in the year 2006. So we are so happy that you are being with us today, and we just eagerly waiting for your session to proceed, sir. Please, over to you, sir. Sir, unmute. Yeah.
I did it. Thank you so very much for the warm welcome. I know the amount of effort that Saranya ma'am has taken for this coordination by connecting with me most of the times, checking about my schedule. So this was not all that easy to follow up a person and get that, schedule and fix things for the students. See, for the contacts that she had, she can, pick and choose anybody from her own personal contacts and, have things set up and conduct a session just for the sake of conducting a session and moved on. But I really appreciate Saranya ma'am for her interest towards their students' development and skills development, for getting in touch with me most of the times and understanding my schedule and canceling the programs accordingly. And at last, I agreed to this date. And right from yesterday, she's in touch with me, asking me as to what is needed, what is required, how will you do, what's going to happen, and all of that. Special thanks to you. Secondly, the director, Dr. Venkatamani, thank you so much, ma'am, for joining the session. I really appreciate your time, your effort for organizing this event, also for giving me an opportunity to conduct such training session for these candidates. Thank you so very much. I got to know about your entire, the roles and responsibilities that you had and the educational background that you had. I'm sure you're going to bring these students or push the students to the success stage of their lives. Thank you so much for joining the session.
Thank you, sir, joining us today morning. And I know like your very busy schedules, and Shania was telling me like how busy you are, and we were asking for your dates. And I hope the students get use of taking all the inputs from you and develop themselves. Thank you, sir, for being with us today. Thank you.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Right. That shows the humbleness of a director. So humble, so genuine, so loving, so caring. Thank you so much, ma'am. The staff members are being a part of this call. Thank you so much for everybody for being actively engaging yourself in developing and upskilling the candidates, or at least in organizing these events as such. At last, my dear fellow students, so happy to see you. I'm not able to see you actually, but so happy to be connected with all of you first. At least when I was conducting this training session for Amity Business School back in Chennai, for the past, I think I'm associated with Amity for the past 4 years by now. And it's only the change of coordinators, but the guests didn't change. Thank you so much for that. What I wanted to say is, when I was conducting training sessions in Amity, we can easily categorize people. Okay, the people who are sitting in the front row, the people who are sitting in the middle rows, and the people who are sitting in the last rows. And you also will have candidates who will sit just next to the door. Okay, so it will be easily identified. The rows that they are sitting itself, I can easily justify and identify as to what exactly they are trying to do. Okay, the people who are sitting in the first row are definitely the people who are really, really interested. Are going to ask us a lot of questions about the sessions, about whatever I talk. Okay, so those people will sit in the first row. And the people who are sitting in the middle row, they are like, always in that comfort zone. It's because they believe that any questions that is being asked, it will be asked either from the last row or from the first row. By the time these people answer, I will prepare some answer and manage the session, is what their thought would be. And those people will sit in the middle row. And the people who sit in the last row, they're like free birds. They don't care about who is there, what is happening, and all of that. Those kind of people. And there are some people who will just sit next to the door. The moment I turn to the board and draw some diagrams to explain certain things, they will just plan to leave. But today, this session is planned in a virtual mode. I'm not able to understand and categorize as to what type of students we have and who is sitting in the front row, who is sitting in the back row, and all of that. But one thing is for sure, you must have been forced either by your teachers, by your lecturers or your professors to attend this session, or it's because that you're sitting idle, your parents would have asked you to attend this session. Nevertheless, but I have a lot to tell you, and you have a lot of takeaways today from this session. Okay. I have a small question. Is this a complete MBA group?
Sir, there are both MBAs and BBAs together, sir.
Okay. All right.
Okay. It's a combination of both, but major of them are MBAs.
All right. Lovely. Okay. So you guys are aware about the topic today. The topic name is Unbox the Secrets. Get your dreams come true. Okay. That's a lovely and a wonderful topic, which I personally like it. So when I say unbox the secrets, I'm not going to tell you in a very old fashion as to you should study well, you should do well, you should do this, that, and all of that. But I'm here to reveal with you a lot of secrets, the hidden secrets of corporate, what exactly a corporate is expecting, how exactly an MBA student is being treated once you present yourself in an interview, or what are the expectations that the HR has from you is what I'm going to talk to you. I'll tell you a couple of details, and probably post that I want every one of you to ask me a question so that I will answer. So I'm not only from the corporate background, I am into the grounds of corporate. So I involve myself a lot into recruitment, conducting interviews, shortlisting candidates, putting them into training until they complete, and pushing them to the operations is what my major responsibility in the organization that I'm currently working for. Okay, so you guys can ask me as many questions as possible. However, I'll walk you through certain important concepts. That's what important it is. So anybody who is doing this BBA or this MBA, okay, especially for MBA students, somebody must have suggested you saying that, hey, you know what, if you do your MBA in correspondence, it doesn't have all that great value. So you will have to do your MBA in regular, and only then you can get a better job. But I still see a lot of people who complete their MBA regular also do not get a good job. And for the BBA students who are there, the same applies with you as well. Somewhere in your family would have said, it's not just to stop with +2, you got to complete your degree, and only then you will get a better job. So everybody who completes the degree, are they actually getting a job is the biggest question mark. So if they are not getting a job, what exactly the reason behind it? What is something that they are lacking during the course of the MBA or BBA or whatever they are studying is what I'm going to talk to you. I'm able to listen to some jarring sound. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. No, can we ask?
Yeah, Miss
Sarnya, can we ask?
Shweta, Miss Shweta there?
Yeah, ma'am, she has been muted.
Please, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sorry, sir.
Thank you so much. No problem. No problem. It happens, right? It happens. When we conduct sessions, either people talk, and during this virtual session, these things happen. It's understandable. Probably it's not a mistake too. Okay, so what I was talking to you is about why do these people ask you to go ahead and do your studies regular? It's because it's not just for you to, sit and get through what your teachers are talking about. Is to understand the mindset of a bigger crowd of your classroom, and to compete yourself with their mindset is the only reason that people ask you to go back and do your courses in regular, and there is no other secret. But I will tell you, you please do not do your courses or do not do your MBA or BBA only to get marks. If you study well to get marks alone, you will get a good job. But if you study well, understand the concepts, okay, get the clarity of what exactly each and every management subject is trying to tell you, is when you will become a businessman. There's a lot of difference between you going for a job and someone else deciding your salary. And there is a beautiful difference between you studying your MBA, understanding all the concepts, and that gives you a better business. Through that, you can start your own business and you can pay a lot of people. In this place, you got to decide as to what exactly you want in your life. Okay, so if you study well, you'll get a good job, you'll go to a better job, you can earn monthly salary, you can settle your family and all of that. But if you study well with that proper concepts and understand each and every concepts of that, management studies that you guys are doing right now, that will definitely fetch you or to come up as a businessman, and then you can decide other people's salary. So this is something, a baseline that I wanted to keep it. It's in your hand to decide how you wanted to groom, how you wanted to take your life or your career well. Okay. So as you people are entering this college, okay, one important thing that I wanted to tell you, never ever think that I missed this topic. I don't know what will my ma'am think if I ask a question about this topic. I don't know, I was wrong, I slept, I forgot, I did not attend the class previously, but I don't know how to approach my lecturer or professor, about this topic. Okay, forget about this topic. If this is not the only topic that I'm learning, let me focus on other topics. Never ever compromise yourself in this at all, my dear friends. I'm telling you, okay, please never ever compromise yourself in this. The reason is anything and everything, any concept that you study is definitely going to help you in doing your, in getting your jobs or in starting your business. Okay, be ready to ask questions. That's the first foremost skill that you should possess as a student. Sometimes if your lecturers are telling you, I'm sorry, I can't tell you how many times to repeat you, even if they scold you also, it is okay to say, all right, ma'am, I understand that your mood is not right today. I'll come back to you tomorrow and I'll get a clarity on the subject, is what the attitude that you should possess. The reason why I'm emphasizing on this, it's because you should not even leave a single concept of this management study. Understand each and every concept of this management studies and either get the job or start your business. If you fail to understand, or if you just want to clear the subject, then remember, you will just be one among that crowd who are still searching for jobs and still don't know what. I never want any of you to be like that. Okay. Then, next question that I wanted to tell you is, what exactly the skill sets that the corporate is expecting from all of you. Okay. You guys got to remember that you all are just a product for a company. Okay. Now, let's say for an example, I'm going to pay 30 rupees to buy a chocolate. Okay. And when I'm giving this 30 rupees and I see the shopkeeper is giving me a chocolate which is dirty. Okay. The wrapper is completely dirty with a lot of dust particles on it. Will you buy that chocolate? You will not. For 30 rupees. Right. Again, the chocolate right in front of you, he's just putting it down and the chocolate is broken into pieces, but you're not too sure if the chocolate is broken inside or not. But will you buy the chocolate? No. If there is an expiry date in that chocolate, will you buy it? No. If the chocolate is, the chocolate has to be very solid, but the concentration of the chocolates is very, very, watery or something like that. Will you still buy that chocolate? No. Why don't you buy the chocolate? Because you think, I am paying 30 rupees and you have to give me what exactly the value of 30 rupees. The same thing will be the expectation of any HR or any recruiter or any manager of the organization. When I'm going to pay you 30,000 every month, I still expect a lot of qualities in you, as how you expect certain qualities in a chocolate when you pay 30 rupees for it. At least you pay it once and consume it. But here I'm going to pay you every month, for which I expect certain qualities in you. Without which, if you only say that I have my, management degree from MIT, I have completed my BBA, nobody is going to give you a job, my dear friends. Nobody is going to give you a job, my friends, right? So you got to understand that you all are just a product for a corporate. But when it comes to business, it's altogether a different ballgame. It is in your hand. You got to do what you really want to do and upskill yourself and start up your own business. I have personally, evidently seen a lot of students, okay, whom I taught today are very, very successful businessman who is competing in the MNC business, who are competing in the global business. So I have seen a lot of people who are becoming very, very successful. Okay, but teachers remain the same, students grow. All right, so that's the concept of teaching and learning. Okay, so now let me come back to what skills do you really need to work on? Okay, during the course of this MBA, okay, 2 years, correct? If I'm not wrong, it was 2 years when I was studying. I still believe it's the same. So during this 2 years, it's 6 months that will go for your project, and 2-3 months will go in your leaves. And it's only like 1 year and 2 months is what you will have. Again, 1 month will go for exams. It's hardly 1 year in that. Remember, your lecturers are taking 6 months to finish up the syllabus and all the other parts. You have the remaining 6 months is the only duration that you guys have. In that 6 months, whatever certification that you can possibly do, either online, offline, in person, in training, whatever certifications that you can possibly do, please go ahead and complete your certification, because your certifications will be an add-on benefit for everyone. Okay, you guys got to remember, your resume is just like a prospectus for a product. Okay, or how would I put this? Before you could actually go ahead and talk about yourself to the interviewer, you got to understand that your resume must have spoken a lot about you. So imagine if I'm just picking up a resume and I see that there are no information except this management, will I really think of considering this profile? Definitely not. If I see that this person has completed certain courses prevalent to the studies that he has completed, or if I see that he has completed certain skill sets, okay, prevalent to his course, is when I will at least consider the profile, and I'll think of calling this gentleman and say, hey, hi, hello, we have an opening. And after that, you're clearing it or not, it's all a different ballgame together. Okay, so what I really wanted to tell you is, if you wanted to step in an interview with that proper weightage, the so word in Tamil you call gettu. Okay, so if you wanted to have that, remember that you got to add or do a lot of add-on certifications and add all those certification details in your resume, and that will help you get a better job. I'm sure Amity must have helping you in completing a lot of certification courses. Beyond that, also, you guys can still do a lot of certification courses. Okay, so you have, if you guys wanted to be interested in quality, you can go for Quality Six Sigma, or if you wanted to be a master in data, go for Google Data Analytics. And, there are hell a lot of courses that are around, either, online, offline, even in a lot of, portals, you have a lot of courses. Please utilize all these courses. Okay, please make use of all these courses. You have a lot of free courses too. Get to know all these courses, because that's going to add on a lot of weightage to your resume and to help you get a job. Okay, so now the other question that everybody has is, what should I do? What should I study? In MBA, what should I take? Is the question that everybody has. I'll tell you one simple statement. Anything that interests you, okay? Even when you're depressed, even when you're sad, if you think, if I do this, I feel a little entertained, I feel a little cherished, I feel a little satisfied, is what your talent is. You got to perceive skill sets as per the talent that you have. Let me repeat what I said. All I'm telling you is, whenever you're depressed, whenever you're sad, whenever you're not interested to do anything. And when you think about this thing, hey, I feel I'm interested in doing it even when I'm depressed. This changes my mind. This changes my mood. I think I'm very interested in it, is what your talent. You got to identify your talent and move along with that. And that's how you identify your goal and start setting up goals. And then, you move on with your life. But when it comes to MBA, you have an ocean of subjects right in front of you. It is you who got to decide what is that subject that you're going to take, and in which, whatever subject that gives you a lot of interest, develop your skill sets accordingly. Okay. So it can be, finance, it can be, warehousing, whatever you think that is interesting for you, please take it up and pursue courses accordingly. Okay. For MBA students, you people should not search anything in Google. Your search engine should always be Quora, Quora. Quora is the search engine that you should make use of it. That's a beautiful platform for anybody and everybody to search. Now you can ask me, Nazir, I am interested in finance. What are the courses that I want to do? Just do a Quora search and you will get a lot of people suggesting you as to what are the courses that you need to do. And you say, Nazir, I'm very good in statistics. Please tell me what's something that I do. Type the same question there and Quora will help you find different courses. And all these courses, it's 80% of the courses are freely available in Udemy. You can make use of these courses. Beyond that, also, if you want to do any important certification courses, you can pay that and do that as well. So again, I'm repeatedly saying the same thing. If you are having only your degree and stepping in an interview without any skill sets, you will be continued to be disappointed. Okay, so ensure that you do a lot of certification courses. Okay, that's one. And secondly, next is your communication skills. When I say communication skills, many people think that communication skills is just about talking to people. There is a way to talk to people. I was very impressed when your director ma'am spoke. Okay, that humility, that humbleness, that genuine thing that she had when she was talking is what the skill set that everybody should possess. When I say communication skills, it's not just about the ability to speak. You should be able to communicate in English. That is very important. I'm sure in Amity, it's 90% of the crowd will have the ability to speak in English, but I'm telling you, you need to polish yourself a lot more. Okay. For BBA students, if you guys are not too sure, on how to communicate and all of that, it's just a very simple process. All you need to do is start talking to your friends who are really acknowledging whatever you're doing. Okay, just start talking with them, and that will help you have a better fluency when you're talking to your corporate people or management people or anybody else for that matter. So many people think communication has a different definition like this, that, and all the others. Especially for the starters, you got to understand that communication is just something like this. Okay, when I speak and the other person is able to understand what I'm talking is when I have a beautiful communication. It's as simple as that. Okay, so that's the base idea that the starters should have when they are starting to speak in English with your friends. So hold on to this. And then the people who are going to start business, okay, whoever wants to start a business, what you need to do is, this is recommended to everybody. There's this program in Amazon. It is available in YouTube as well. The program name is Shark Tank. I was surprised to see this program. It was a lovely program for any starters, for anybody who wanted to start their business. Okay, I'm feeling it difficult. I'm just going to keep my phone on my lap. Please don't mind. Okay. All right. So I was talking to you about this program. The program name is Shark Tank. Okay. So as how you have the super singer, super Jodi, or whatever you have, Indian Idol, in North. So it's a very similar type of a program. But the difference between those program and this program is those programs are with a lot of entertainment. this program is completely with a lot of business ideas. Okay, so this is happening in US. Okay, so you will have a lot of judges sitting and judging you about the new proposal that you have come up with. Okay, they'll ask you enough questions about what the project is, how will you gain the revenue in it, what will you do, what is the new strategy, what are the licenses that you have. Trust me, guys, if you watch even 2 days the shows, you will drop off an idea of joining a corporate and you will think, I think I should start my own business. That thing will happen for sure. Okay, so please watch this Shark Tank episodes. You have a lot of episodes. I recommend even Amity director and others, whenever there is no class or there are free hours, please project this Shark Tank shows to the MBA graduates. That will help them bring in a lot of questions. Probably you can have a better discussion too inside the class by playing it. And you guys can become the own judges and you can point out the questions. Okay, if you are about to present, a business, what type of things that you will present, something like that. And the best part about the Shark Tank is they will not talk about the businesses that are existing. Okay, they'll not talk about the products that are existing. They'll come up with product. You'll be surprised. Can anyone create a product like this? Can anyone bring in a business like this? It's what the innovative ideas. Everything is there, my dear friends. Everything is there. You just got to watch that, and you will thank me in future. Okay, so that's there. That's something that you will have to take. Okay, so this is something, the core and the base that I felt that I should talk with you. And now I'm going to talk only to the ones who have the interest in talking to me and asking me questions, and I'm here to answer them. Okay, so you can ask me any questions with regard to the topic, unbox the secrets. So you ask me whatever the questions that are there in your mind, which is running, churning, and grinding your mind. If you think I never had a person to ask that question, you can shoot out that question to me. I'm all ears.
So very good afternoon, sir. I hope you can hear me clearly. This is Rishabh here.
Very well, very well. What's your name?
Rishabh, sir. Rishabh.
Rishabh.
R-I-S-H-A.
All right. Tell me, Rishabh.
R-I-S-H-A-V, sir. V. Rishabh.
Rishabh.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Hey,
Yes.
beautiful name, man. Beautiful name. All
Thank
right,
you,
go
sir.
on, Rishabh. What's your question?
So as first of all, very good. I appreciate the points that you had pointed out, but I have few doubts that I wanted to clear, completely clear.
Please.
I have been asking few, but I haven't got a clarity as of now. So I want to get a complete clarity towards that.
Sure.
So as you told, sir, like many people after listening to what you talk and what exactly you are portraying about the dreams that the person wants to get into, I wanted to know that when a person is about to start a business, generally what people say is do work for a few years, get the amount of money, and then go ahead with the business that you want to go ahead with. Rather than having someone else's capital, go with your own capital. So I just wanted a clarity towards that. How exactly will that help? The experience that you gain from other company, as you told, people who just study for marks get a good job and then just leave it off. Whereas the people who completely understand, relate it, and then put forward those ideas into actions. So that's something, I believe in, and I want to go that way. But generally people say work for a few years and then continue the business. So what's your point, your take on that, sir?
Okay. That's a lovely thing. I think you have done a lot of research about it. MBA is just not somebody has forced you to do. You're doing MBA to do MBA. I really appreciate it. Okay. Well, if you ask me, the reason why people want you to get that right experience from, see, if you ask me, I will not tell you to work in an organization which is not related to your business, but I will definitely ask you to work in a place, whatever business that you have planned to do, it should be related to that business. Okay, the company that you're going to join should be related to that business. Work there, get to know what the different strategies that that organization is having, because I'll tell you, Rishabh, there is a lot of things when you start it up, you will have to do a lot of trial and error method. You will have to do it like a pilot, process or pilot project and all of that.
Absolutely, sir.
But if you have the courage to deal with that, then yes, you can start it on your own. But if you think, after doing all these things, I will be disappointed, I think I will have a loss. I think I'll become unsuccessful or something like that. If you're not too determined about what the strategies that you're going to do, or if you're not ready to accept the results after getting those, output from those strategies, then you will definitely have to work in an organization in the same type of business that you're going to start. It can be a small startup business, it can be a hotel, it can be a restaurant, anything for that matter. Forget about who talks what. You just have to enter into that. Now, let's say for an example, you're going to start a hotel. It is okay for you to do some catering courses and join in a hotel, only to understand how that business functions and what are the new strategies that these people have. I'll tell you what,
Yes.
you can have a license to drive, okay? But unless you sit on that car and drive and understand the real touch and the real distance as to where you need to press your brake, where you need to press your accelerator, that will give you a clear idea. So anybody who is getting the license doesn't mean that they are good to start car. Then we'll end up in accidents only. Okay, so it is good that you can gain experience from whatever it is, whatever small or large or whatever industry it is. Just gain experience from those. I'm not telling you to work, show your hard work, project yourself, be the best there. No, I'm only telling you to get the strategies. I'll tell you what, when I get a thought, the thought will not remain from whatever the other person has said. My mind will manipulate the thoughts and I'll come up with a lot of better ideas. The same applies to you. Okay, when you sit there and watch out what they are doing in terms of the strategies, your mind will tell you, I think I need to take this strategy a lot better. I can bring up the strategy. I can modify the strategy is what you're going to get it. That's why people tell you, if you're really going to start your business, then you will have to go work in some organization. But I refuse to agree if somebody tell you, you got to take your own money to start your business. No, that's not important. Okay, but
Yes,
if you
sir.
have to go, you have to go there for that. When it comes to money, you have a lot of MSMEs support organization like BYST is there, which I know. There are a lot of MSME support, financial banks are there. You can approach them. But before you could actually approach them, you should have the right proposals, right questions, right answers for all those questions, right strategies. Where will you
Absolutely.
get the strategies? By manipulating your thoughts from the other people's strategy. Okay. So
Yes.
I guess I answered your question.
Yes, a beautiful answer indeed, sir.
Thank you.
Plus, what I wanted to say is, so your take is also gaining experience and then going on to the field is a much better, it'll open up
Yes.
many doors rather than opening just few doors. It'll open
Yes,
many
because
doors
you're
for us.
very young, right? Yes,
Yes.
you're very young. Okay, the depression, the hurts, you guys will not be able to manage that. Okay, so I'll tell you what I did. Okay, so immediately after my +2, I started my training. Okay, I started my training career. I was training people on language communications because I was working in very small institutions. Okay. Um, like we had this Vivekananda, we had this VLC, even in NIIT. These are the small institutions that were there available. But my thought was very clear. I wanted to start up. I wanted to start my business, but I did not start my business immediately. All I did was I went to all these institutions. I understand how they function, their reception, what they are doing when it comes to training, how they are getting admission, what the fees that these people are fixing, what is the strategy that these people are using, how these students are coming and talking to them. I took all these things from all these organizations and I started my training academy back in the year 2006, and it is still successful. Okay, so that's
Yes,
something that I wanted to tell you. It's my personal thing that I wanted to share. Yeah, I think I shared it.
Excuse me, sir.
absolutely.
Yes.
Sir, my name is Pranav Batui, sir.
Pranav. Hi,
Yes.
Pranav.
Hi, sir. Sir, I was confused in one question, sir. Like you said, so if we study regularly, we will get a good job, right? But you are saying if we don't understand well, we will. You also said if we don't understand well, we won't get a good job. Or what is that? Can you clarify that? Can you clarify that?
Sure. What I meant to say is, if you study to score marks, you will get a good job. Okay. But if you study to understand the concepts of management, then you will start your business.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Did you get a clarity on that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Okay. Questions, please. You guys, I mean, it's not that I'm, confining myself to answer only about business, about this, that, and the other. You can ask me about a lot of things. Okay. And I
Yes, sir.
want every MBA graduate to groom yourself personally. You got to look absolutely handsome, and you girls should look absolutely beautiful. The reason why I'm telling you is because any business proposals that you're going to give, or any interview that you're going to do, the first and foremost thing people look at is your personal appearance. Okay, how you look, how you're presenting yourself, how you carry yourself. If one is able to carry themselves a lot better, is the one who can take any responsibilities in life. Okay, and people who are not in gym, please go to gym. People already think that you have put on a lot of weight, you have a lot of belly, please go to gyms, lose your weight. Who are very thin, please build yourself muscular. So this is something that I can tell you: groom yourself, because you need to look very smart. Okay, that's very, very important, guys.
Yes, sir. So adding on to the question that I have put, Rishabh here again, sir.
Yeah, Rishabh.
Yes, sir. So as you spoke about certificates, sir, get as many certificates as possible. But
Yes.
to be honest, I've been in a situation where the certificates did not matter, even though it was relevant. All they were looking was for an experienced fresher, sir, in double quotes.
Okay.
Experienced fresher. So
Okay.
can you just give an insight towards that, sir? Because I have been in few interviews, but whereas certificates did not matter, what they wanted was the experience that the freshers actually lack.
Okay.
So yes, sir. So a clarity towards
All
that
right.
I want.
See. Okay, I'll tell you what, anybody who wants to go back and work in an organization, you should have a lot of experience, is what people say. Even if you have a year experience, 2 years experience, it's still fine. And I think you have limited yourself with just a couple of organizations, Rishabh. Today is just like one click in Naukri. All you need to do is just click on the button, apply. Okay,
Yes,
per
sir.
day I can click close to 50 or 60 jobs. Okay. In this broader market of corporate I'm talking about, if you apply for jobs in a week, okay, in a week time, for the skill sets, for the English that you have, I'm sure you will get a job. Okay, forget about the companies that are asking. It depends on the project, or it depends on the client requirement. See, no company is trying to be selfish here. I have to talk about corporates too.
Yes.
We are not trying to be selfish here. It's because that we will not shortlist freshers, but the requirement of the client is as such. They think, I wanted to launch this project in the next 6 months. Okay, who will be ready to understand all these entire process, software navigation, probing questions, and everything? Who will be ready in the market? I need those people to join this project. I want you to recruit those people, is what they will do. And there are certain projects, there are certain clients who are very considerate, and they will say, it's okay, I think we can train freshers. If the training period is only 6 months for this experience, I'm ready to give 1 year for the freshers. Let them take their time and come back. You have processes as such. Okay. But you guys need to search in the right portal. One is LinkedIn, which is always my personal favorite. And the second one is Naukri. Okay. So I want all of you to upload your resumes in it, and I'm sure you will get a job. The experienced fresher, I think that company is not too sure about what they really have to mention, and they have mentioned it by mistake.
Yes,
That's
sir.
not what it is, Rishabh. Okay, that's not what it is. You got to still hunt. You will find a lot of opportunities. But I'm telling you, Rishabh, with the communication skill sets that you have, you will get a wonderful job. But let me not stop you there. I want you to see a successful businessman. Someday when you
Absolutely.
become a successful businessman, nab me in Twitter, nab me in LinkedIn, or anywhere. You guys can catch me there. Right?
Absolutely, sir. So adding on to
One
that.
All right.
To my
Yes.
knowledge, I think Rishabh has got 5 offer letters with him. He's
Whoa,
he's
see, I told you,
collector
no?
of
I told you.
offer letters. Rishabh,
All
which
right.
company you are joining? Have you
The
decided?
recent one which I've got, ma'am, I've got in Federal Bank as the
Okay.
junior
I
branch
think
of
Rishabh
State
is
Bank.
having a poor connection now.
Yes.
Is
Rishabh,
my
can you
voice?
switch on your can you switch on the camera?
Just a second, ma'am. Can you give me a second? I'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see how Rishabh looks.
Yeah.
Rishabh is like going ahead and checking his mirror. How is he looking like?
And Rishabh is with us for past 5 years, sir. He has done his BBA
Oh,
year and he's doing his MBA year.
oh, lovely, 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 lovely. I think my guess was right that Rishabh will get a good job.
Yeah,
So,
that's right.
well, the base thing is very simple. Anybody who has the ability to communicate, convince people, and has the ability to help people understand the thought flow, anybody or everybody is shortlisted, guys. It's just as simple as that, I can tell you. Okay, I need everybody to ask questions. Why others are very quiet? If you're not talking to me, how will you talk to the HR? How will you talk to other people? I want people to question me. You can go ahead and shoot out your questions.
Sir, one more doubt, sir.
Who's this?
This is Pranav.
Pranav. Okay.
Okay, sir. So basically, you said that you should do a lot of certification courses so to put it in your resumes, right?
Yes. Yes.
So that you can show it when you going for the interview.
Correct. Correct.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify.
All right.
Yes, sir. So I hope I am visible now, sir. And
Yeah. 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 Oh, cool. Yes, Rishabh, we can see you.
That's it. And I really like the example that you gave of driving, sir, because I haven't come across that example till date. So it
Okay.
was one of the beautiful answers plus an example that I have got. And I can share on with my friends when people have this particular doubt.
Okay.
I can share on with my friends regarding this also. So,
All
and
right.
I completely believe that if I have something, I have some knowledge, I have to share it no matter what, because that's not going to only help me, but also help my colleagues to move further up
Okay.
also, sir. So,
All right. Okay. Lovely. All the best, Rishabh. Join the organization that you wish to, and I
yes,
wish you to start business very soon.
absolutely, sir.
And do a lot of placements for Amity.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Welcome. Okay. So, any other questions from anybody? Okay. One more thing that I wanted to tell you. Okay. If I'm really scaring you, or if you think that, oh my God, how will I ask a question to this person? Whatever language that you're comfortable, you can talk. You want to talk to me in Hindi, I can talk in Hindi. You want to talk to me in Tamil, I can talk to you in Tamil. You wanted to talk to me in Chennai language, I can talk to you in Chennai language. It's all your choice. Okay. But one thing for sure, do the thing you fear the most. Keep this point forever in your mind. Anything that scares you, anything that threatens you, do that at least once. Okay. Now, if you think that to ask me a question is threatening you, I think you should take this opportunity of asking me a question. It can be a silly question, it can be an excellent question. No matter what, please go ahead and shoot out your questions.
So, can I ask on behalf of others just one more question? Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have a
please.
clarity, but I want others also to get the clarity if they have this particular doubt.
Sure, sure.
So basically, as you told, sir, like we are in a UG, and generally we are told that we are not too serious. We just take it lightly during our UG and everything. What do you
Okay.
think is the right time for a person to understand what is the exact talent that they have? Because I, being in Amity for past 5 years, and my
Okay.
elder sister also gave her 5 years to Amity. So you can call us veterans. So
Okay.
so based on that, what I have seen
Okay.
is I got my clarity in the third year of my UG. I'm not
Hmm.
sure how many will get it. So I just want to
Hmm.
know, is there any right time to get the clarity?
See,
Right
the
time to get
right
the clarity.
time to get the clarity is when they are rejected, when they are disappointed. Okay. When people come back, see, any word can change your mind. All right. So it's just a matter of the right words to reach the right person's mind. But to let that thing happen also, okay, people should be ready, or people should be interested in doing things. When I say be interested, see, everything is interesting if you're interested, and nothing is interesting if you're not. Correct. So if you show your interest and you put your entire focus in what you really wanted to do, then any word which comes out of any resource will definitely change the pattern of your thoughts. For that, you should be hurt by someone, you should have been depressed by someone, you should undergo some failure in your life, and only then you will take things seriously. Today I see a lot of parents who say, I do not want my son to realize the pain and the hurt that we are going through. Let him live his life happy. We are not going to share anything with him. I do not want him to suffer in his life, is what most of the parents think. But when parents sit and talk to them and tell them, hey, you know what, this is what the situation is. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know how life is going to happen, is when that person will think there is something, a responsibility that this person needs to take in. Okay, that realization will happen only due to some backgrounds, my dear. Okay, it can be through some depression, through some hurt, through some disappointment. And when that is not happening, people will not realize.
Yes, sir. Agree to that, sir.
Okay.
I think Sharanya has some questions, right, Sharanya?
Okay, why the students are not asking? Can I pick up people and ask them question?
Actually, some students have given Sharanya some questions.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So I'll proceed with a few of the questions which has been given to students, sir. So the
Okay.
first thing what the students want to know is like whenever they give their resume, they get rejected, right? In the
Yes.
first attempt of resume, as you already told, only the education alone will not be helpful for them. They need to add their certificate courses. Okay. Other than that, what are the negativity you are able to find out there, sir, in the resume, where the students need to be more concentrative there?
Okay. See, the moment I see the resume, the first thing is you got to understand the difference between the resume, the biodata, and the CV. Okay, many people are not having the clarity itself. Me personally, when I conduct interviews, when I see the titles itself, I'll decide that this person is not aware about what he's presenting to us. Okay, so what do I mean by this is, biodata is given for matrimonial purposes. I see a lot of people share their biodatas to me. I don't know for what, only God knows. Okay, so that's one. And secondly, resume is for the fresher. Okay, any person who wants to join an organization for the first time. Okay, so that person is called a fresher, and his title should be resume. And CV is a person should have, when he has at least 6 months of experience with a certificate, is when this person can, mention that as a CV. After that, you got to write your objectives. So I'm telling you what are the areas that we are finding that these people are not good fit for us. So if the titles are incorrect, we will see that this person is not the right fit. Second thing, what we see is the objective. Maybe in India, this objective is not seen at all, my dear friends. But in US and in all the other, countries, this one plays a major role. When I say career objective, you got to say what exactly is your ambition towards your career. I see a lot of people applying for BPOs with their IT, career objective. Then I understand that they go to some, DDP centers, edit their resumes, and then, change only their names, details, and share it with us. If you wanted to collect only your names and details, we can ask your Aadhaar card, we can ask your PAN card to collect it. But when I say resume, remember this, guys, remember this. This is the absence of you, okay? Before you guys could go ahead and attend interviews, your resume would have been attended interview on behalf of you, okay? When you know for the fact that when you go for an interview, you got to be, groomed well, you got to do a proper handshake, you got to do this, that, and all these things. Likewise, your resume should also be with that proper format with all those proper details, okay? So when you write an objective, please write an objective in 2-3 simple lines, which is relevant to the job that you're applying for. If there is no relevance between the career objective and the job that you're applied for, I'm sure HR or the recruitment team is going to reject your profile. And number 3, when you mention your details, okay, in your resume, never mention your percentage, okay? I don't know, in Amity for the placements, people may ask you, the HR may ask you to mention the percentages, but when you apply for a job, never ever mention your percentage, just mention the university. Let that go in a descending order, your MBA, your BB, or your 12 and your 10, okay? Then comes your skill sets, my dear friends. In this skill sets is what you have to mention, the number of certificates that you have done. and that will fetch you the right job. Okay. And after that, you can fill in your personal details. And then if you have any experience to working for a part-time anywhere else, you can mention that experience. At the end, just mention authentically, write your name, put your signature, and close it. Okay. I can see a lot of profiles like this. Okay. Biodata, career objective, which is irrelevant. Okay. Only the personal details. There is no format. There's no Tableau column, and a declaration. I hereby declare that the above mentioned details are true to the best of my knowledge. What have you mentioned there to write this big declaration? You do not have to write this at all. Okay. Declaration is meant, when you sign in some bonds, when you sign in some agreements, these are the places that you actually do your declaration formats. Beyond this, I don't think you will have to mention this descriptive declaration for your resume. All you need to do is just type authentically, sign it, mention the date, and give it. So if you can prepare your resume in such a way and give it to anybody, and you possess those skills when you're talking to them, I'm sure none of you will be rejected.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And most importantly, when you're presenting yourself for an interview, you got to understand this very clearly. It's because that you know to speak in English. It's because that you are very smart in everything. You cannot have an attitude of being very strange and rude or something like that. If you continue to be, probably we will see that you do not possess the right humility to talk. I think for humility, you have to copy your director, ma'am, and you have to copy Saranya, ma'am, to get that humility. These are the two beautiful humility personified characters which I've seen this morning. So I think you can copy these things from these people. Okay. You got to be confident in your voice. You got to have a confident smile, but that doesn't mean that you got to be rude then. Okay. You got to be very humble, acknowledge anything and everything, say, all right, sure, done, fine, thanks. Continue to do this. And one more request to all of you, this is the takeaway that I wanted to tell everybody, at least for the next 1 month, start complimenting everybody, my friend. Start complimenting everybody. That's a beautiful skill that one can ever possess. When I say start complimenting your professors, start complimenting your friends, start complimenting your mom, your dad, and everybody, and see how the approach of people, what is the kind of an approach that they have towards you, that you can see it evidently. Today, everybody is starving for appreciation. I'm telling you this, everybody is starving for appreciation because everybody's eyes are wide open to identify and point out the mistake of other person, but nobody is ready to appreciate people. Okay. I'm telling you, try doing this and see how your life is very beautiful. Okay. So I think I answered your question with regard to your resume, Saranya ma'am.
Yes,
No question?
sir, I have one more question for you. It is from a student, Madhumita. She just want to know, they are saying that before doing their MBA, the work experience is actually required, right? So what do you think about this, sir? Before doing the MBA, do you think the work experience is must?
Okay, see, if you have to apply your MBA in US, okay, the eligibility is you should have the experience of 5 years working in an organization. Okay, that's the eligibility criteria, which is followed in US and most of the universities. I don't know about other. Okay, but in India, it's not like that. We believe I can learn and then I can do whatever I want. So it's like this, the simple concept which I gave some time ago, that you can get the license first and then start driving the car. I think it's just like that. Okay, but nevertheless, but the concepts of teaching, the interest of learning is, if these two things are very strong from both the management sides as well as the student side, anybody can become successful. I'm sure about this. Okay, so if you ask me how I did my MBA, I joined the corporate immediately after my BCom. I worked there for a year. Then I moved on to do my MBA. So that I was able to relate to a lot of concepts. Okay, now for an example, when somebody is talking about team conflict, I'll able to imagine that team conflict with the team that I worked for. Okay, when someone talks about the decision, I'll relate to my boss, how he was taking decisions when I was working for that organization. So there'll be a lot of connectivity is what people ask people to do, have some experience before doing this MBA. It's either way, it's good. If you do it also, it's good. Or if you join in a best, college like Amity, IIM and all these colleges, I'm sure that you will get the same experience, because I do not see Amity is only teaching you subjects, but they are teaching you with a lot of practical approach, by bringing in a lot of resource people, by telling you what is right, what's wrong, and all of that. I think, I answered this question as well.
Yes, sir. And I have one more thing, which is
Yes.
from which is from a student called Vishal. It says
Okay.
that like
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that I'm trying to adjust my system most of the times, because it's because the lighting was not good that I had to sit in my hall. My house is set up that I always wanted to keep it dark, so that only when I'm doing things is what I'll do it. So
no problem,
sorry
sir.
if I
We are
ignorant.
actually very like motivated towards what you are actually telling us. So
Sorry.
we
Thank
just
you, ma'am.
don't want to involve that and all. Okay, so no problem. We are just having a good time with you. Sir,
Thank you,
the
ma'am.
last question, I think it's going to be the last question, sir. See,
Sure.
actually, it is a COVID time, and you are a corporate trainer where you have dealt with more companies, and right now you are dealing with more companies. Can you please advise the students which specialization or which part of the organization is more job opportunity oriented right now in the current situation?
See, being a trainer, if I tell this, it's not good on my side, because I do not want anybody to join. It's because there is an opportunity. I want students to join only if they are interested to join. Okay. There are wide opportunities across the globe. Okay. There are wide opportunities. You can name it any. You can name it finance, you can name it accounting, you can name it BPO, KPOs, or whatever they wanted to do, or they wanted to become HR recruiters, and anybody for that matter. It's because there are a lot of opportunities. I'm sorry to disagree with you on this, ma'am, because we all are here to guide, but opportunities are wide open in almost all the industries. There are no industries as such which says we do not have openings here. It says that you'll have to search, you'll have to find the right organization. And one best thing, if your parents are restricting you to work only in Chennai, please don't listen to them. I think you can stand for yourself in this place. You get an opportunity to work in Bangalore, you get an opportunity to work in Hyderabad. Please walk away, step outside, go there, get to know how to manage yourself individually. And, you will learn how to become independent. You will learn the art of speaking to different people. You'll start valuing, respecting, putting yourself into a different person's shoes and understand what that person is thinking about. Not just with that, earn a lot of money and good experience too. Okay. If it is in Chennai, it's the same old thing that's going to happen back at home. Okay. Your mom will wake you up. Then it's just the same routine. It's only halfway you're going to become a gentleman. But if you get an opportunity somewhere else, then you're the complete man, I would say. Okay. So as I wanted to say, the opportunities are wide open for any field or anything. It's just that you people got to be open to search. As I said, LinkedIn. I'll tell this secret. It's because unbox the secret. I'm telling you this. Okay, whichever the dream company that you guys wanted to work. Okay, just go ahead and log in into your LinkedIn. Okay, see who are the HR resources, who are the managers, CEOs. Okay, go ahead and give friend request to all these people. Okay, when there are job openings, these people do not have any other choice than posting it into LinkedIn. Okay, the moment they post it, you can apply. But if you are a paid LinkedIn user, you can even ping them and ask them, hey, ma'am, I have this profile with me. I'm good in the skill sets. Can you please accept me to work in your organization? You can personally ping. If the HR or the manager is very good, they themselves will call you, talk to you. See, I was also working for colleges. Okay, I started my. I told you I worked in small institution when I was studying, and then I moved on to corporate, and after that I did my MBA. And immediately after my MBA, I joined a college as a lecturer, and then I moved on to another college as a professor. I moved on to different stages of my career, and after that is when I thought I got to lend my hands even in corporate again. So that's when I joined Wipro. And Wipro gave me a beautiful opportunity. My work was like this. Okay, every 8 days, I'll get my air tickets and the restaurant that I'm going to stay. Okay, 3-star restaurant. All I have to do is every 8 days, I'll have to pack myself, move on to that place, conduct training for 8 days, again come back to Chennai. But the time that I spent back in my home was very less. That's the only drawback there. Apart from that, everything was fantastic. And after that, my mom said, this is not happening. You're not there at home. Is when I joined another organization. I'm still working the same. So life will change. Life will give you wide opportunities only if you are interested to get those things and acquire that, utilize those opportunities, and things will fall in place, my dear friends. Okay, so use this LinkedIn and that will help you. And even in Naukri, you can apply. You just have Naukri app. Every day morning after 10 o'clock, refresh, just apply, tick, 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 just go on. Out of 100 jobs, you will have a click of at least 2. Okay, per day you're applying 100. Let that person take a week for you to go through your profile. In a week time, you will at least get 2 calls. If it's not happening, you ask me, because I do it most of the times to check if my profile is still okay for the corporate. Alrighty. Okay, any other questions?
Ma'am, do you have any other question, ma'am? Director ma'am? Yeah.
We had 1 hour session, which is every one of us were learning from you. And
Thank you so much.
It is like students are hearing an advice from an elder brother. That is how you talk with them. That is really impressive, and everyone will get inspired. They look upon an elder brother, right? That is
Thank
how
you so
you
much.
give the training, and it is really good. The way you communicate and the way the students will be really inspired. And since you are with us for the past 4 years, you are part of the Amity family. So you are here, the brother for all these children here. And thank you for being here, brother. And today I learned about Shark Tank. Every day,
okay.
I see that I learned something new. And hereafter, with your help, I'll be using this Shark Tank.
Sure,
The
sure,
students
sure,
so that they can learn, and I'll also learn a lot.
Thank you,
ma'am. For that. Over to you, Sharanya.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Sir, it was truly a knowledge sharing session with you, sir. We know how busy you are. In spite of your busy schedule, you have spared time with us, which was really a great motivational talk as well as a very learning experience from your side, sir. Sir, over to Chandramoli, sir, for vote of thanks.
Yes, ma'am. On behalf of Amity Global Business School, Chennai, I would like to thank Amity Founder President Shri Ashok Chauhan ji, President Chancellor Shri Atul Chauhan ji, Senior Vice President Shri Rama sir, and our Director Dr. Venkamani ma'am for providing us an opportunity in making this webinar. Thank you very much to our IT team, faculty team, admissions team, and every staff member of Amity Chennai for their support and help towards the session. Thanks to the parents and students for attending the session, and I'm sure they would have benefited from the session. Thanks. Thank you, students of Amity Chennai, for attending the session. And thank you, Mr. Nasir Basha, sir, for your valuable time in delivering a great session with a lot of insights, be it like, as ma'am told, the understanding the concepts and the concepts making a big difference than just studying, and never compromise. Ask a question, how simple it may be. And the extra certifications would be an add-on to the resume. And as ma'am also mentioned, Shark Tank show, that's also new to us, and thank you so much for that. And do the thing which fears you the most. That's going to be the mantra for us going forward. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. It was pleasure. Thank you, Saranya ma'am. Thank you, Venkatamani ma'am. Thank you, Chandramouli sir, for those beautiful words. I had a pleasure, as I always say when I come to Amity, I feel so connected. I still have a lot of students of Amity who are in touch. Back just before 4 months, my reception happened. Many of my Amity, children came there to wish me, to greet me, and all of that. People from different, to be very honest, there's this guy who came all the way from Malaysia, okay, just to greet me, and I'm so thankful to that guy as well. And thank you, everybody. Please follow whatever I said. Again, with one last quote, knowing is not knowing, doing is knowing, right? Thank you so much.